just want to be where you are, dwelling daily in your presence.
The way God ordained us and created us, He never created men to stay alone. He never created also women to coexist alone. We need each other and we need that partnership. There are things that a man has that a woman does not have. We don't all have the same things.
Yeah.
We have different things, but these things are supposed to be complementary. To complement me, and I also complement me. There are things I have, she does not have.
Yeah.
There are things she has, I do not have. So I need her, and she needs me. So man cannot say, I don't need a woman. And a woman cannot say, I don't need a man. It is not like that. So we need one another and we need to work together as partners. And when we work in this partnership, we are able to receive the results that are needed in a marriage relationship. So you are not married to a stranger. You are married to your own. That's how it is supposed to be. It's your part coming back. And this part comes back with something needed for that purpose. So if you are not adding any value to your partner, you are failing. You are perverting. And you are moving in the wrong direction. So your works, nobody is created in marriage to receive. We are all created to receive and give. We receive and give. I receive from my wife, I give. She receives from me, she gives. And this is how we are created to function. And for this to manifest, understand, if the helper is coming to help you to function, remember also, this helper, you are supposed also to be complementable. But the helper is to do a lot of work because she has come in to fit herself again into the system, to adopt herself into where she has come out from. And what she needs to her to have her way in is just the environment. You give her that welcome, that environment that I need you. You are important in my life. Our call is brought into function. So the man is supposed to call the woman out of herself and come out. And the woman is supposed to call the husband out. Because there is something that is inside this person that you need to bring them out. You cannot bring them out by criticizing. You cannot bring them out by flattery. You bring them out by complimenting. If you can be able to compliment one another, I tell you, you will be able to bring out what the woman you saw in that woman, the man you saw in that man is going to come out, and definitely you are going to enjoy. I say this, especially when I'm training men. I tell them this, and if you're a man listening to me, hear this well, that most men are married to women who never exist. They are only existing in their ends. In other words, it is a dream that was never meant to be a reality. There is something you saw in that woman, and this is what you were supposed to make her to become. But you failed on the way to make her to become what you expected her to become. And because you failed to make her to become what you expected her to become, now you begin to complain. Say, man, this is not the woman I married. This is not what I expected in life. This is not what I expected in my life. I want to tell you, you married a raw material, and you are supposed to turn this raw material into a finished product. That is like when you want to build your own house. You have poured the material there, the materials are dropped there, they are there in quantity, but you have not started to assemble this material and make them the kind of a thing that you wanted, a kind of a home that you wanted, a kind of a house that you wanted. And now you complain, you say, I don't understand why these building materials have not turned into the house. They cannot turn into the house until you build that house. They cannot turn into something that you cannot make. So your wife will never be what you have not made. And your husband will not be what you have not made. What did God do? God gave you a raw material, a person that you can work out and finish. It's not God who told Adam, this is a woman. She has a womb. It is not God who said that. Some discoveries are to be done by you within the help of God. And God is the partner in that marriage, in the partner in that relationship. When you give him that space, you give him that room, he will be there to help you discover your husband, discover your wife, and then you are going to move together as a system. You move together as a system. So there's some discovery you have to make about your wife. You look at her straight and tell her, you have this. And you begin calling it out until it manifests. You look at this, you say, no, I see you like this. And you start building it. You look at your husband and say, Baba Flan, I see you like this. I see you like this. My husband, anytime I see you like this. Let me give you an example, then I give answer this time. We met some years back, ministering in a conference. We met with a man. After ministering, we started sharing. And this man said to us, that it was 2013, if I can remember very well. And this man told us, by 206, that was about 7 years down the line, he was an hawker. He married as an hawker. Somebody hawking, selling all those things. He couldn't carry them with his shoulder and then go out selling. Then the wife would tell him every time, I did not marry a hawker. My husband is not a hawker. And he said, you are a very great business person. And I see that, and it's coming to pass one day. And the man would not understand because he is hawking. And that is what he is doing. And the wife kept on saying that. And later, after they got married, the same year, the wife got a small room, exhibition room, where they could rent. And then he told this man, I want us to start our business there. Yeah. And this man said, there things cannot be sold. Things cannot move. And then the wife told him, things can be sold there. And then the man said, no. I know I have customers where I go, I deliver these things. They are waiting for customer. It is not my business. And then the woman did not argue with the husband. Most of the women, you waste your time to argue with your husband. And you are not created to argue with this man. You will not gain anything by arguing with him. Yeah. That one will be interpreted to him as lack of respect. So this woman did not argue with the husband. She went and prayed. And then the following day she came and told the husband, my husband, if we go and put this stock that you sell in that small shop where we got, and we sell more than the way you sell when you go out, will you stop hawking? And the man said, yes. If we can sell more than I sell when I go, I will stop hawking. Yeah. And then they went and they said, let us now go. They went, displayed all what the man was selling. The woman, the stock. That stock was put there. Yeah. And it was put in display. And after that, the woman is in prayer. And what happened? That day, they sold more than when the man was hawking or going around trying to distribute. And from that day, the man stopped going around.
He settled there.
He settled there. God expanded that shop after a short while. They got a big shop in their city. They got another in the big city here in Nairobi, Kenya. They got trucks. At that time, within 7 years, the guy had trucks that were moving around, selling goods, doing a lot of work. A billionaire by that time. And he was saying, I am what I am, courtesy of my wife. It is my wife who made me to believe that I am not a hawker. I am a millionaire and big business person. And that's how this man made it in life. And he became great. All of a sudden, 7 years down the line, the man is a big
Commanding
boy,
wealth. Yeah.
is commanding wealth, and the wife is there. The wife brought into the life of this man what was lacking. It was that confidence that this man can be great and is connected, going abroad, bringing many goods. You could sell this and that. His story was so touching. And you can see how a partner can transform the other partner. So you are there complaining about your husband almost every time, saying this man does ABCD. This man does ABCD. What have you brought into that relationship? What have you brought? Some men, what they need is just an encouragement. An encouragement.
Praise the Lord.
When you give him that encouragement and say, it is possible. You can do it. That is what he lacked. Encouragement. Just encouragement. That is what he lacked. This man lacked just an idea. An idea and some connection. And he needed that from that same woman. So what you are coming to do in that life is great. And you need to understand. That's why, as big as Adam was, as wise as he was before God, his life was never meant to be like that. It was never meant to be alone. That's why God said, let us make him a suitable helpmate, adaptable and complementable. Somebody who can help him to become better. And Adam saw it. So you can use your talents and what you have to make the life of your husband rise. To make the life of your husband become great. The way you can give him a child from a seed that is not seen. It is the same way you can give him 1,000,000 from 100 shillings. It's the same way because you have the power to multiply.
Yeah.
You have the power to give it. It's the same way that you can make him an honorable man, known across the nations of the earth. And the same way, if your work is to destroy him, you can even kill him. He might be called to have that greatness, but you can criticize him, mock him every day. Every day he talks and you laugh. You flatter him instead of complimenting him. And find out what will happen. You bring him down. There are women who never take their husbands serious. Not because their husbands are not serious, but you are just a joker. Devil reduced you into a joker. You just laugh and you shake the hand. And you brought doubt instead of faith in our marriage. So anytime the man says, I'm going to build a house, you laugh. I'm going to be a billionaire, and you laugh. You don't say it's possible. You don't show him it's possible. So some women can run away. A man can run away from you because you are not encouraged. Like the story we were giving. The man used to talk to a waiter in an hotel every night before he goes home. Because the waiter used to tell him, I like your plans. I like your program. You are going far. You are going like that. But when he goes to the wife tells him, good for nothing. Good for nothing. And he has everything. He has the cars. He has the house. But the wife does not see that. Does not see the vision or the dream of the husband. And the husband says, what we have is courtesy of this girl. So in other words, he says, if it was possible, this is what would be my wife. If it is possible, this is what I would have married. Person to build me up. What are you doing in the life of your spouse? That's the question that we're asking. You brought something that was not there. You did not come to enjoy just life that is built. You came to earn which was not there. There is something you carry, and the time you brought it forth is better. And this is the time that you brought what you carry out, so that you help this person, so that he can become the man or the woman that he is supposed to become.
Wow, that's very powerful, and I believe someone is listening.
Amen.
And, there is something that you are getting from such inspiration.
Amen. Amen.
These things are they are being released from the throne of grace, and we honor God for that. I just want to begin with this. Adam, when God prepared everything and he put him in the Garden of Eden, and of course even testing him by naming everything. this man was complete before God. In other words, he became complementary to God. And that's how God now trusted him with everything, even when he brought Eve. Because he was somebody who was now operating in a certain measure of perfection before the presence of God. That's how he could get that revelation that this is a home. And there's something we cannot ignore. We cannot, even if you have a container, you cannot ignore the lid.
Yeah, the lid.
The lid may seem to be very small, but it works a lot. It has a lot.
You may have a tank, but you cannot ignore the tap.
We cannot ignore the tap. So a woman may come just like a tap. And a man may be carrying a lot of content. A man may be loaded with a lot of content. But without the right lead, this content will leak and will pour and will be a waste. So that's why every woman out there, you should understand that you are supposed to understand your role very well. And when we are talking now about complementary, we can say complementary occurs when two separate people possesses characteristics. When they are combined, these two different people, when their characteristics are combined, they make them better than they were on their own. So when my characteristics and yours are combined, I make you better than I met you. And you make me better than you met me. That's what we call complementary. So when what I am carrying, my qualities, my integrity, everything within me, when I combine with that which my spouse has, I become a better system. I become a better woman. So when we are talking about suitability and being complementary, this is something that it is a two-way traffic thing. If one does it and the other one is not responding, it is like trying to cover a certain container and the dies are not working. So it will be a waste of time. So we are coming tonight to address these issues. There are roles of a woman who is a complementary woman. And that's why I started by saying such a woman should be a woman who loves God. That is role number one. I should have a relationship with God. I should be committed to God as a woman. The role number one, it is my commitment to God. It is my availability to God. If I am available to God, God will teach me on how to be available to my husband. If I am committed to God, if I am committed to the kingdom affairs, then God will help me to be very complementary to my husband because I am drawing from God, because I am taking everything from God. And this should be my lifestyle. If my lifestyle is the lifestyle of God, then that which is of God will be released into me and I will be able to duplicate it. Women, we have that in grace of multiplying things. We have that in grace of incubating things. So if the presence of God is not with me, then I will not function well. Whatever I try to do, it will backfire. Number two, role number two, so that I can be a person who is complimenting you very well, I should be a worker. I should be a student. In other words, I should be very ready at all time to learn.
That's why man is created to teach.
So I should be ready to learn so that I can work on that which I have received from a man. From that which you are teaching me, I should be very willing to be taught. In other words, we come to help when it comes to vision. In other words, I am a vision runner. I read the vision as a student. I learn the vision. Then I run with the vision. But how many of us today are running with the visions of their husbands? Everybody is running with his or her own vision. And when my husband tries to assimilate me in his vision, then I begin to quarrel that you are killing my vision. And that's where people have demonizing everything due to lack of that ability to learn. A good student is a student who is ready to be trained. It is a student who is ready to learn. And when you are ready to learn, you are ready to be coached. And husbands are number one coaches when it comes to their spouses.
Yeah.
So if I am not willing to humble and learn that which you are carrying, then I tend to be a competitor. Today there are many people, they are doing parallel things.
In marriage.
In marriage. You begin this project, I begin this. You go to class, I go to class. You go to this. That is why even today, some ladies, I pray may the Lord have mercy on us. We are seeing even in social media, and this is hurting me very much. Remember, we serve together, and then I come and tell you, even when God has spoken to me,
you want to start your own ministry.
I want to start my own ministry.
If I refuse, you go.
Because you have become a devil. So if I cannot be willing to be taught, that is a role, another role of a woman who is willing to be suitable, who is coming to complement. I should be a woman who is ready to be taught, who is ready to be trained. And somehow, please, some people may not get this. You may be having, when it comes to CVs, your CVs may be even big, and they are speaking louder. Your husband may not even have a certificate, a single certificate. But I want to tell you, he has an ordained certificate of leadership as a man in that family. He is a leader by ordination from God. He was consecrated to be a leader. And there is something that the Lord has entrusted that man with. So even if you have CVs that are speaking very loud, you see, people have CVs, sometimes when they even analyze them, their profile, you can be scared. So you can be having a person whose profile is very intimidating, is very scaring, but if this woman is wise, this woman will always be a student to her husband. Number 3, another thing that a woman who is ready to be suitable and complementary should have, it is a quality or a role of a mother.
The role of a mother.
We have some people who are not ready to become mothers. They don't. That's why we have some children who call their mothers by their name, by their very name. And some of them, they can even call them aunties because they were taught to. These ladies or these women, they are not willing to be mothers at all.
They don't want to be mothers at all.
And others, to be a mother, it's a call.
It's a calling.
And others, because they never received this call from God, they cannot even remember to call their mom. They call them, if their mother is called Florida, they just call her Florida. Even if they are taught, they cannot
adapt that.
They cannot adapt that. So when you have the quality of becoming suitable, a mother, these qualities, you demonstrate them first of all to your husband. You will be a motherly person, a motherly woman to your husband. And mothers are loving and patient. So if you see a woman is unstable, she's not settled in a marriage, either because of challenges, either because they have not achieved what they want in life, she's telling her husband, make sure you become rich like yesterday. Make sure you achieve like so and
giving
so.
the pressure to them.
Yeah, she's not patient.
She's not helping.
She's lacking that quality of a mother. Mothers, they are very patient. They can love. They are, even when they are talking, they have that character in them. They have that quality in them. And when this woman has a role of a mother, she can be always prepared, even when how she's talking, how she's conversing, even with her children, how she is out when it comes to home chores, everything that she is doing, she can manage everything. She can organize everything, even when she is far. A woman who is untouchable, she can organize. Sometimes you can see some women who are mothers. They are not just on phone chatting. Sometimes you can be very far. You may think, maybe what I'm doing with my phone, I'm organizing. Give this one phone. If it's not possible to talk, I'm just texting. You do this, you bathe, you change, you do ABCD. This one, you do this. This is what we want tonight. This is what we are supposed to do. And everybody a woman is far, but she is keeping everybody organized. So someone who comes with that grace of becoming a suitable woman, she has a core of a mother in her.
Amen.
She has a core of a mother in her. And this woman, she will be able to withstand. A mother is somebody who is willing to brood. She can brood the
Nurturing.
vision.
That's why, that's a gift.
Yeah, she can nurture. She can nurture the visions of children. She can see something in. That is why you can see somebody like Rebecca. When she was carrying Esau and Jacob, and there was something unusual. So women, somebody who is suitable has a high sense, another sense of discernment. She has a quality of discernment. So when this woman, Rebecca, understood there was something that was happening in her home, she never took it casually. She never took it naturally. These days, many women, when they feel even the baby is kicking, they say it's normal. And they begin to say, oh, this baby, I don't know. Those who have gone for ultrasound and they know what they are carrying, of course, they begin to see this boy is very aggressive. He is kicking now and then. He is disturbing. He's disturbing me a lot. So you begin to install something that is contrary to the divine purpose. But those that have another high, another sense, they are able to seek God and know. That's why this woman went before the Lord. And when she prayed, God told her, you are carrying 2 nations.
2 nations.
And she understood. And she kept that information. She kept that information. I believe she never shared that information with the father. Because if she shared, I tell you, Jacob could not be Jacob, whom we learned today. So she kept the matter in her spirit. And she nurtured her children before birth, knowing that she is carrying 2 nations, and the younger will be greater. And she kept her eye on Jacob. She nurtured that which God spoke until Jacob received the inheritance, until Jacob received the blessing. So someone who comes in the life of a man to be suitable, it is somebody who can nurture a destiny.
Yeah.
Destiny of her husband, destiny of the children, then destiny of the entire family, the business. That's why this woman who was every day telling her husband, I never married her over. She was nurturing her destiny. She couldn't see. But I thank God because of that man, the man took the challenge. There are men who cannot take the challenge. And they can tell this woman, if you never married her, you can go and marry a billionaire. But this man was, and I believe it is how this woman spoke. It is
by faith.
By faith.
And she was nurturing him.
Yes, she was speaking what she was seeing. So a woman who is suitable is a woman who can come and nurture and begin to see the hand from the beginning. And seeing the hand from the beginning, it is by the ability of sinking deep in God.
I remember a story of a certain young man. This certain young man, the father was rich, and he wanted a good wife, a wife who would marry him because of who he is, not because of the title of the father, not because of the wealth of the father. And all the ladies that could connect with him from university, from the places where I went to work, they knew the father. So they would fall and they could tell the father, these people don't love me. This person loves the wealth. And then the father now arranged so that he can leave away and go work with a relative who would hide his identity and not tell the others who he is. And that guy went there and started working and as a house help and then gatekeeper of the husband, the relative. And he worked there very hard. He went down that way because he wanted to find
the right person.
And that relative is also rich. They are connected. So those who are coming to visit, even them, they are rich families. So there is a girl from a rich home who saw this man, and this man was just working there. Gardener, keeping the gate, washing the cars, and this man who is educated and he has everything. But this lady saw something inside this man and started saying, I can't see this man as just somebody who works.
He has something
special. And this something special, if it's given an opportunity, it will manifest. And this man can be great in life. Others were laughing at her. She would show this man a lot of compassion. When they come, others were just disrespecting him. And this lady would respect this man every time. He would comfort him even after those people have insulted him. And the lady would come and just comfort this man and tell him, it's okay, leave my bread, forgive my friends, they don't understand this, and he would be kind. Until after some times, this lady comes and tells the man, I am in love with you. The man tells, it's not possible. You cannot be in love with me. You are rich, from a rich family, and you can see what I am doing. You say, it doesn't matter what you are doing. I see there is something greater in your life. If it is given an environment, it will grow. It will become what it's supposed to become. And then say, I am going to talk to my father.
So she was not a materialistic lady.
Yeah, I am going to talk to my father. And my father is going to give you a chance. A chance to work a better place than you are working. And if, because you have a desire, you show me, you can even learn. Even if you want to continue with your education, my father will give you that environment and you can do that. So your father will not accept. And the lady says, I will talk to him. I will convince him. And when he sees you and he sees what I am seeing, he will see this is a potential being wasted. And then the man said, it's okay. If your father is agreeing to see me, I will be very happy. And the man now pretends that he is delaying, having a delay tactic to see if the lady is serious. And the lady was very serious. She was very serious. Yeah. And she wanted this man to go. And then finally the man reveals the identity. So the man was one of big people. So the ladies who are mocking this lady, later they started now respecting the lady.
She could see what they were not seeing.
Because she could see the man. They were looking for a husband who they can see physically. But this lady saw it. And when this lady later came to explain, because they went on and married, so how could you see a husband from a gardener? How would you see a husband from somebody who is low?
She had another
the lady
sense.
Says,
she had another eye.
I saw in the heart. I never saw physically. I saw in the heart. I never knew he is connected to anything good. I never knew his word, but I saw inside of him.
I wish
there is something.
Can hear this. Yeah.
There is something out of this man, and there are things now people can not see. But if you go deep, you are able to see. This is a woman, and this woman can be the face. This is a man, and you see in that eye. If you don't see with the eyes that are the inner eyes, then you deceive yourself by the physical. And this man gets married to the best woman because this woman never loved him because of money. And this man was not after the wealth of this lady. This man was there to look for the right love. And finally, the family became good. And these people respected each other.
Yeah.
So there's some people who are dying to look for a married partner. You are looking for every standard that you know. You are looking at your husband and say, if I took my time well, I would have married a better man. And there's people who say that.
What?
If I took my time well, I would have married a better man. So I married a person who is coming just to make me angry and to make me suffer. And you made me the only thing you give me is tears and trouble. And it's a woman talking like that. This woman is not a helper.
That's foolish. This is a foolish woman.
It's not a helper.
Demolishing this.
It's not a helper.
Yeah, it's not.
So you should be able to see the inner person that is inside that and then compliment.